Alright, you guys, welcome to another spectacular episode of Crown Gambit. I am your host, Efren, and I have here my co-host,
Aubrey Freely. What's up, guys? How's it going, Crown community?
Welcome, Crown fam. We have another episode for you, which is another trailer reaction. Which is actually absolutely one of the films that we've been wanting to watch for a while.
This is the Snyder Cut. Well, they invested $300 million.
Yeah.
And the Warner Brothers Studios was able to double it and a half. So they got their profit, but it wasn't what they're expecting because they were expecting a $1 billion profit or something like that.
Yeah.
Which it didn't reach. And I guess the story goes, I mean, this was like 2-3 years ago, or not even 3 years, maybe is it 4 years?
Yeah, it's been a while.
21, 3 years. So 3 years ago, people were asking about the Snyder Cut, and you know, you got some fans stating like, you know, it doesn't exist, and you have other fans stating it does exist. And finally, we get the Snyder Cut, and it's going to come out in HBO Max. So we're not going to watch it in the theaters, obviously. A lot of films are going to be streamed online or in streaming services.
So I wonder how much they're going to make. What do you think?
Well, this is going to be a 3 hour, 4 hour. Because Zack Snyder is still adding things to it. So I don't know, maybe they finished it already. But supposedly this is going to be a 3 to 4 hour film. Wow. But what they're going to do is they're going to break it down in like chapters. So it's going to be kind of like a 4-episode series in a way.
Oh, okay.
Because how you gonna sit down and watch, like, I mean,
well, come on, there is a lot.
Batman, The Dark Knight, Lord of the Rings.
There's a lot of movies.
The extended edition of Lord of the Rings, that was like almost 3.5 hours, man. And
exactly.
People sit through the Titanic. Yeah, that's another good one.
So there's like a lot of movies out there that have been doing a long production.
Long, yeah.
And
people can actually sit through and watch it. Like, what other films were? Yeah, those are the only things I can think of. Star Wars is about like 3 hours, 3.5 hours, right?
It depends on which chapter.
Which chapter? No, pretty much the duration time of Star Wars is about like 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, so, but this is so I don't know if you saw it, but there was a teaser. So on the teaser trailer, the Snyder threw a teaser, and this was about maybe a couple months ago. I'm not sure exactly what the date was, but he teased the trailer showing some clips that we haven't seen in the Justice League film. The background track was Hallelujah, sung by Leonard Cohen. Yeah, so there were no dialogue. It was just like a background song trailer. They also released a secondary trailer, which is kind of like some extended clips to the trailer. I saw it, but Efren didn't see it, so I guess we're gonna react to that. I don't know what other trailers there are existing right now, but I know for sure that March 18 of 2021 will be the release date of the Snyder Cut.
Nice.
So March 18. Right now we're at March. It's March 12 now. We're recording at March 12. So we have about 6 days left until the Snyder Cut. So
I'm excited.
So update your subscriptions to HBO Max because the Snyder Cut is coming and it's here.
And it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
So you either snooze, you lose, or you're up to date with the boys.
Yeah,
what are you?
Well, The Boys is an Amazon Prime.
That's another one too.
Season 3.
Season 3.
That's another one I'm looking forward to. The Boys Season 3 I'm looking forward to. The Snyder Cut I am definitely looking forward to. Mandalorian Season 3.
I'm also looking forward to all the new Star Wars series they're gonna have.
Yeah.
I heard they were gonna be making the Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be it's gonna be a spin-off to the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what time frame. I don't know.
I call those the overachievers.
The overachievers.
Well,
they are much better. They're actually there's an advanced level than all the rest of the clones.
And that's why they call them defects.
But they're like defected, like deformed. I guess they didn't come out right, but then for some odd reason, like
they came out smarter.
Their skills are more enhanced than the regular clones.
And what's sweet is that each one has a specific skill that makes them good in the team.
You like that, huh?
You know,
was that season 7?
That's the team.
Was it season 7 of the introduction of the Bad Batch?
I believe so.
The last season. It was the last season for sure. I think it was 7. I'm assuming it's 7.
So technically, they're gonna be making a series based on them. You know, Ahsoka Tano, hopefully.
Well, Ahsoka Tano's gonna have her own spin-off.
Yeah.
During the works. That's in the works right now.
I heard that they were trying to cancel her too. Let's hope not.
Gosh, stop it with that, guys. Come on. Anyway, so yeah, that's coming out. What other shows or films are we looking forward to that's coming out this year? That's pretty much all I can think of.
There's a lot of other DC.
Well, you got more of the Star Wars spin-offs.
Oh, what about for the Marvel? What's his name?
Well, we got
Captain
the Winter
Falcon and
Winter Soldier, Captain Falcon.
Not Captain Falcon.
Of course, we all know at the end of Endgame, Captain America passes down the shield to Sam Wilson, who is new Captain Falcon, Falcon America, or Captain America, or Falcon. Who knows?
Falcon.
Falcon with the red, white, and blue. And I don't know when that's going to come out. Let me check real quick. Release date, because we're already done with WandaVision. Yeah. WandaVision season 1's over until next year. So release date 2, Falcon and Winter Soldier. So wow.
So they're pretty much going to be coming out the same time. So one's going to be coming out on Avengers.
March 18th will be the release.
Avengers.
Well, Avengers.
Justice League. I apologize. Justice League. But you know what's crazy is because you can kind of see where DC and Marvel are trying to throw off their own around the same time, because it's literally one day different. They're not going to release it on the same day.
HBO Max is going to be in charge of all the DC stuff, basically.
And the Marvel is going to be all Disney.
All Disney Plus stuff. So
let's see who does a better job in the competition. This is going to be really good to see what's going to be the best spin-offs.
Here's my thing though. When the Snyder Cut does release on March 18th, are they going to show us the whole entire movie chapters for us to binge watch all in like one day, or
are they gonna break it off by week?
Are they gonna break it down on a weekly basis? Like
I know Falcon and Winter is gonna do that for sure.
Of course, I mean they're gonna start off with 2 or maybe 3 episodes.
Maybe 2 episodes. That's usually what happened with WandaVision. They started with the first 2 chapters.
And the Mandalorian.
So you can kind of get into it and be like, all right, cool, this is really good. I want to see more. And the same thing with Mando. They had showed the first 2 episodes. So was it? I'm not sure.
With WandaVision, they did the same thing with the Mandalorian. With all seasons, they started off with like 2 episodes. So with that being said, we are going to do the trailer reaction of the Justice League Snyder Cut official trailer extended edition. So hopefully we're watching the right one. But if not, of course. But yeah, let's get to it, guys. I'm really excited about this. There are added characters, heroes and villains to this, so I want to see what we're gonna get out of this film, because after we see this, react to this trailer, we're gonna review this trailer and give our feedback and tell you guys what we think and what speculations,
what our thoughts are,
and what we think is gonna happen.
Before we get started, if you guys haven't had a chance, please hit that subscription button. Also hit that like button if you already like what you see, or if you want to wait till the end, it's all good. You guys will see what we like. But other than that, let's get to it.
Ready?
Look at that.
Yeah.
The bell's been rung.
So a lot of these scenes is not in the original Justice League
I'm
film.
in the dark.
I have to take one.
Among the stars.
A cigarette.
The god is dead.
It's Amazon right there.
Yeah.
I had a dream.
Batman.
The Nightmare Batman.
Almost like a premonition.
Wonder Woman is there.
I think there's an attack coming.
Oh.
Okay, it's dark side and decide.
I need warriors. I'm I'm building an alliance to
Dude,
defend ourselves.
That.
How do you know your team's strong enough? If you can't bring down the charging bull and don't wave the red cape at it,
You were sent here for a reason.
Who's that? Is that
And even if it takes you the rest of your life,
Yeah, that's Irish Swiss right there.
find out what that reason is.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
Black suit Superman.
It's awesome.
It has to.
We
That's so
live
good.
in a society
Dude, this
What
looks
honor.
really good.
is a distant memory. Isn't that right?
Of course.
Batman.
Joker's right there.
Jared Leto's there.
Sign up today at
Nice.
HBO Max. Wow.
Okay.
Wow, man. That was pretty good. That was really, like, dude, you can tell it's going to be a really good show. It looks like they put a lot into this production. I mean, the fact that they showed with just that little bit, it's going to be a lot of action, a lot of killing.
Well, the way I see it, okay, so there was this big feud between Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon with the original Justice League movie. So supposedly there was like two directors directing the first film, and I think Joss Whedon. Remember, this guy is the director of the first Avengers film, so you would think, okay, he knows how to put the team together. He also did. I think he was also directing Heroes. I don't know if you watch Heroes.
Heroes?
Do you remember watching Heroes? It was
I
in the
remember
ABC, but I have all the seasons, so it's another superhero series and
Something to put into.
Yeah, you gotta watch that. Watch Heroes. Before the Avengers, there was Heroes and stuff, and Joss Whedon was hired to direct the first Avengers film. So you would think, okay, Warner Bros. Was like, okay, well, if you can put a team together like that, maybe we can put you in and help direct this. So there was two direct. I think I'm not sure, but Zack Snyder started the project. He had to leave the project because of personal. There was some personal issues. I don't want to talk too much about it because there was a tragedy. Something about his family, and then I think Joss Whedon, who was also the screenwriter of the first film, kind of took over and did maybe the middle part of the film. Was working at the middle part of Justice League, and then after that, Zack Snyder came back in and had to kind of like fix everything. So it was jumbled up.
Did a lot of work.
Well, Zack Snyder did some stuff, Joss Whedon did some stuff, but they both had different
views of how they wanted how to put it together, pretty much in a way.
So that's why this film did okay, and it didn't.
Well, I just feel like with that, they just didn't market it right. Like if they were to promote it the right way and on time, they did it quick. So a lot of people didn't even know about it.
What do you mean by quick? Because they started off with a team right away instead of like an
Exactly. Instead of having to
like what they did with the Avengers.
Exactly. See, the difference is what they put the team together first before they actually decided to introduce the individuals. Mm-hmm. So when they brought the team together, everybody was different fans from different types of cultures are gonna be excited to watch this. So it brings every culture together into one. Compared to when you start the team, not everybody's gonna be like, cool, I fuck with it, until they know, oh, my favorite character is on here. I already started feeling some type of emotion towards the character because I've seen him through every season.
Well,
all the obstacles.
Like invested
exactly.
in the character.
You invest a lot of emotion into these characters, so then when you want to see them in the team, you want to root for that person. You know, obviously that's what happened with the Avengers. That's what I did. You know, I was like, holy
like
shit.
there was Iron Man fans, Hulk fans, and then you got the Thor fans.
I like
Captain America fans.
I like every single one of them. So I was cool with all of them. Just seeing the whole squad put together, and going through that emotion of it's a roller coaster of emotions, of what you see your characters. And that's exactly what happened here. The difference is that they started late in the game. They started actually with the team
Very
first,
late.
and then after they introduced the characters. But now that they're doing this, it might change the game around, because within all that time span, now you get to learn about different characters like the Flash. You get to watch like Gotham. You get to watch a little bit. You get to watch the Joker movie, so you kind of see a little bit of Joker. You kind of get to see some of these characters.
But those films were Elseworld. They call them Elseworld.
Yeah, they're different.
They're different. It's like a different universe.
What they call it, the doppelganger.
No. Well, yeah, doppelgangers or like Elseworld. So like, just like they explained. I don't know if you guys are. For all you CW fans out there, if you watch some of the Arrowverse and the Flashpoint, it wasn't that Flashpoint, but
it was all
Flash.
the Arrowverse.
I think there was an episode with I don't know if they called it Flashpoint, but in the Arrowverse they explained that there are different universes out there, and they expanded. It was a Flash, right? Yeah. So Flash did a Flashpoint, and he was able to like travel or maybe expand the universe by going to different universes,
different timeline. So he was trying to
different worlds.
What the Flash was trying to do, he was trying to go back in time to prevent the killing of his mom. But what happened was he changed the timeline, which affected many characters.
Well, it always does.
Just the Flash.
It always does.
Exactly.
Every time he changes something,
like John
messes up
Diggle,
something else.
Like John Diggle.
Yeah, the John Diggle one was
kid,
trip. Yeah.
First he had a son,
then he had a daughter
after, so the timeline.
And then he Flashpoint again, and he had both kids.
He had both kids.
It was crazy.
The same thing with what was it? The ones who flame. Who was the one that fused together?
Okay, that would be Firestorm. Firestorm.
Pretty much the difference between is it Firestorm, who pretty much was it was.
It was a fuse between Jackson and Dr. Martinstein.
Dr. Martinstein or something like that.
Martinstein.
Yeah, Martinstein.
Yeah.
So pretty much they fused, and pretty much Dr. Martinstein had a daughter after the Flashpoint, because first he didn't, and then he ended up having a daughter.
They had no kids.
Exactly.
But when Barry did when he Flashpointed,
he changed the timeline, which then he had
gave him a daughter.
And so was the guy who used from ice and what's the other guy? The one who used the ice and fire, who were Dr. Freeze, I wasn't not Dr.
Captain Cold.
Captain Cold.
Captain Cold and Hewitt.
That was Ray. Didn't Ray also?
What's your point though? What you trying to say?
The point is that during the timeline, everything changed and affected every single characters.
Yeah.
Martinstein had a daughter. And the Flash ended up having to go into switching the timeline, which affected a lot of characters. Not just, Firestorm, but it affected many other characters. In regards towards switching the timeline, it affected many characters, which in fact is what's going on in here. So if anybody was a CW fan, this is kind of like...
You're a CW fan, right?
I'm a CW fan. I watched all of them. I watched The Flash. I watched Arrow. I've watched Supergirls. I've watched...
Supergirl.
Yeah, I even watched...
Made it rule. There's only one Supergirl.
Yeah, Supergirl. My bad. Sorry. Supergirl. I've also watched... was it...
Black Lightning.
Black Lightning. I've watched a lot of the shows like Swamp Thing, but I watched pretty much everything that's involved. I even watched Birds of Prey, which was a while ago that they made that production. Well, and that's not part of the era.
I mean, just going back to this point, it's like, okay, so they on the Arrowverse, Barry did a Flashpoint to where they call it lazy writing, but where he was able to expand the universe because there are different multiverses out there. So he explained the multiverse. And I think Marvel is doing something like that too with maybe WandaVision. Doctor Strange. Marvel's definitely working on Doctor Strange too. And they're going to explain the multiverse. So we're going to have different multiverse and stuff. But going back to Avengers with Joss Whedon. I don't know if it's Josh. It's Joss Whedon. They figured, okay, since this guy knows how to put a team together, let's hire this guy and to help direct the new Justice League film.
Exactly.
Because he was able to do the Heroes series and he did pretty well with it, at least towards the middle of this season, and then it kind of like went overboard with the other seasons. And of course, he helped put the Avengers together. But there was an error because now people are all blaming Zack Snyder for a bad film, to where the Justice League didn't make the profit that they were expecting because they invested $300 million on this film project, but only received $657.9 million. So they were expecting a $1 billion profit on the box office, which they didn't reach.
But then again, you got to keep in mind, they didn't really promote it well.
Well,
to be honest,
I wouldn't say promoted.
They did it because
it was promoted. It's just that they did something. They went backwards. They rushed it. I believe. Yeah. I don't know if it's promotion. It's more like rush. Like you said, they started the team early without first getting people invested with each of the individual characters, like they did with the Avengers. Yeah. Because with the Avengers, you have Iron Man first, and then you did the Thor film, and then you did Captain America. You got the big three. That's the big three. If they did that with DC's Justice League, start off with Superman, and then of course you're gonna do the Batman versus Superman. That's two, and then Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is the big three. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman is the big three. They're the big ones. They're
the big players.
The big players, and then you can do a Flash and then Aquaman afterwards. But no, they started with the team first. And that's what got people were like, I don't know these characters yet. Or the fans were like, I don't know these characters. Like, how can I feel for these characters? And then they started doing the individual solo films afterwards.
And then that's how they grew their
Well, that's why the Justice League film didn't do very well because of that. Because they went backwards.
So do you feel now that with Zack's Snyder, they might actually have a better...
Okay.
Captivate more viewers, more audience?
Well, HBO Max is a very
especially with HBO Max.
Well, HBO Max is an expensive streaming service compared to all the streaming services out there. But the HBO Max actually has a lot of content. They have not only Game of Thrones, but they have a lot of other films out there, films in their category that people can watch and get invested in.
Regardless whether they're not going to be a fan, but they might just check it out because they're HBO fans and they're like, holy shit, there's another show that's coming out. Well, they might bring a new audience at the same time besides just fans.
The way I see it, I think HBO, I think the Snyder Cut has been a film in demand. Like, people were looking forward to it. People, like, you have half of the fans out there saying, like, it doesn't exist. But then you have the other fans out there. Like, you have the first fans that say that it's a unicorn that does not exist. There's no such thing as a Snyder Cut.
Do you think that Snyder Cut is more of the comics side? Was that even a comic thing?
Well, no. The Snyder Cut was supposed to be Zack Snyder's vision
of what the
film was supposed to be. What the film was supposed to be.
Just to clear everything up.
Yeah. And see, the way... Okay, because I had some discussions with a friend of mine. I don't want to say his name. But he's telling me that it's going to be the same movie, just longer. Like, the same movie with some deleted scenes. And I tell him, no. The reason why this is not going to be the same exact movie is because Henry Cavill and... Who's the guy who played Batman? Ben Affleck, plays Batman. And Jason Momoa as Aquaman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Snyder called each and every one of them to do reshoots of the film.
So that means he's doing it with his vision style now, which is crazy because then now it really alternates the universe.
Maybe that's the crazy thing. This could actually maybe create... this Snyder Cut... The reason why this Snyder Cut is so important to fans right now, because it might actually, like you said, alternate, it might actually reboot the Justice League.
But how can you have a reboot if you're not changing the characters? Usually when you have a reboot, you change the characters, don't you?
No, not necessarily.
You usually choose the people that are actually playing the role.
There's been some films out there where it's a reboot, like Ghost Rider. They use Nick Cage, and when they did the second Ghost Rider, it was an origin supposedly, but they still use the same actor but rebooted the film.
Exactly. So but
it's really crazy. Like DC is like trying to fix their universe right now, because it's not like Marvel. Marvel's consistent with their timeline. For the most part, they're
Yeah.
very consistent. Even with Agents of Shield, like they connect everything together.
Yeah.
They're even trying to put the Defenders
back
into continuity.
I noticed that.
Continuity. They're
Yes.
trying to get
What
what's his
about
name,
X-Men
Daredevil.
too?
Oh, X-Men.
X-Men is another big part.
X-Men. They're gonna reboot. Like whatever happened with X-Men back in Fox is gonna be maybe non-existent. But WandaVision kind of freaked us out a little bit
Yeah,
with
she
Quicksilver. So we don't know yet what's gonna happen if they're gonna bring something. If they're gonna bring Hugh Jackman back. And just reboot his character, but use the same actor. But with this Justice League alone is going to be. It's okay. I'm kind of scared saying this because I don't want to be proven wrong like later on once this released. But the way I see it, this is going to be a brand new film.
Gotcha.
From Snyder Cut, because it's the Snyder Cut. It's not added deleted scenes that existed like 3 years ago.
It's a whole different.
These are reshoots. Dude. These are reshoots he's been reshooting for the past like maybe 6 months.
So they're trying to bring it back to life.
Well, yeah, trying to bring.
Come on, Justice League, bring us some more money.
See, the scary thing is, here's the scary thing about this one. Okay, this is the scary thing about the Snyder Cut. What if it flops?
You know what?
You know how much money they invested just to
do the reshoots?
To do the reshoots?
Yeah, but I don't think. But see, here's the thing. But now you gotta look at it this way. Not everybody has some type of emotion invested into each character because of the shows that they all watch. So now the point is, not only are you gonna have your DC fans, but you're also gonna have your HBO fans who don't even probably have fucking no reason to even care about any type of, but they're just gonna watch it just because it's on HBO.
Well, if you have your subscription, already, you don't have to worry about it. You might as well just watch it.
You are gonna have a subscription.
No, if you're subscribed,
shows.
yeah, if you're an HBO person, a streamer who already has their invested shows streamed in that specific streaming service, then yeah, you might as well watch it.
Yeah, it'll probably be one of those things that you must watch it and
But
watch it and be like, oh, this is cool.
For the DC fans out there who are not subscribers, subscribe to HBO or maybe like discontinued their subscription ever since Game of Thrones, because I know a lot of people ever since the Game of Thrones season was it 7? Was it that last season?
No, season 7
was it 7? I'm not sure.
7 or
Maybe
8.
whatever. The last
season.
season
8 was the last
or 8.
season.
Okay, I think it was 8.
The
Whatever.
7th season was actually with the Ice King, and then the 8th season was when everything just
So once Game of Thrones season 8 ended, the HBO subscription went down after season 8 of Game of Thrones. So Game of Thrones was one of their big hitters. But there are a lot of shows out there that people haven't, I guess because when Game of Thrones came out, they were more focused on streaming on that. They're just waiting for the next episode on a weekly basis. They didn't care about the other, content that HBO Max provided.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Like when I noticed with HBO, they don't really promote their shows too much. They really don't.
What do you mean? Their streaming service?
All their streaming service. All their streaming
I'm not sure.
shows. Because I really don't. I don't have HBO as much, and I don't really know what other shows they show unless if they do shows like this. But I believe that HBO should be having like their own commercials of saying like, look at all.
You mean their
shows
own ads, like
their own ads?
I think they do. I mean, it depends.
There's some, that's how
I don't know
a lot
where
of people bring in their customers. Like, yo, check this out. We play a bunch of badass
HBO is
shows.
a big broadcasting. It's a big
HBO,
company.
yeah.
It's a big company.
Exactly.
It's been around for a while, like longer than Disney Plus.
Yes, but they should still be able to have some type of advertising of what kind of shows they're bringing in.
Well, okay, so but they are bringing the DC stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of like their biggest. They're working on Game of Thrones. I think the prequels to Game of Thrones.
Prequel of
Game of Thrones. I don't know what they're gonna call it, but I think they're still working. I don't know if they I don't know if they're putting that on pause right now.
I think Game of Thrones should pretty much be done unless if something goes down after bed.
Well, there's also the Lord of the Rings. I think there's a Lord of the Rings TV, series coming out too.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, and of course Netflix has The Witcher.
Each episode is gonna be like an hour and 20 minutes or something.
Well,
like that.
an hour. I would say an hour, not an hour and 20 minutes.
That'd be crazy.
It's
an hour
big
30
budget.
each episode, and it's like 8 episodes for like one big story, and then next thing you know, the next season comes up.
Yeah. So
That's gonna be nuts.
I mean, Game of Thrones alone is already an hour. And
Yeah,
that's,
each one.
every
Season, they added like an hour 20.
I think so, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
15.
They should have added a little bit more.
I know they should just make another season. Let's get to it.
They should have just like made another season.
Yeah.
Like ninth season. Like I wasn't satisfied with the ending. But anyway, that's another topic for another day.
Yeah.
As far as HBO Max goes, Game of Thrones was their big hit, but they did lose a lot of subscribers. They were hoping that Lord of the Rings would have been like their next big hitter. Mm-hmm. So I guess now they're like, okay, you know what? Let's just get all the DC stuff in here. Let's get the Snyder Cut in here. Let's promote the Snyder Cut, and it was promoted well. Zack Snyder was like, here, let me show you guys what I have there. It's on YouTube. It's in the trailers, and like let me put the Joker in here. Let me put Deathstroke in here. Let me show you guys what I have in store for you. What we've been working on. That way, it doesn't feel like a waste of time.
Do you think Zack Snyder's going like the way with what's that video game? I think it's Injustice.
Oh, Injustice?
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that.
What's your
story.
question?
Based on like, do you think he's going based on that kind of storyline, or his ideal of that kind of storyline? Because that's a badass. If you guys haven't played the game, it's pretty.
I'm sure a lot of people have played the game already. Justice and Injustice 2.
Yeah, Injustice 2. So
I'm sure everyone is because that was a big game when it
dude,
when
I
it
just
launched.
like the story behind it.
Okay, so kind of when I first saw the movie Batman v Superman, that one scene with Nightmare Batman when he kind of like had a dream that Clark Superman took over and started killing people who does like petty crimes and stuff and became like a tyrant. That reminded me of Injustice because Superman did the same exact thing, and it had a lot to do with Lewis because Flash came back and was like, Bruce, Lewis is the key. I was like, whoa, this is straight from Injustice because when Lewis died, Superman just went
ballistic, and
he
then
just snapped. That was it. It was over.
He was Iron Fist at that point. Like
it was over.
Everything was just.
You know what? Like if you do something wrong, I'm not gonna be that like Boy Scout anymore. Yeah. I'm just gonna get rid of you.
Yeah.
Like what happened with the Joker? Like the Joker.
Dude, look what he did to Batman. You know.
Well, no, the Joker did that to. What the Joker did to Superman, he made Superman kill Lewis and his kid. So that's what made him snap. You know, this is a good story
he fell straight to the Jokers.
Because you know what? No more Mr. Nice Guy. Because we're gonna put this guy in jail, and then next thing you know, he's gonna come out again and do the same thing. Like, why would you do that, Bruce? Right? So yeah, he got a lot of the inspiration from Injustice. I believe so, because Batman v Superman felt like an origin to Injustice. Yeah. It felt like it was almost connected. So your question is, is he going to do the same thing with Justice League?
Yeah, is he getting that kind of mindset to create this kind of film? Because if he is, it's going to be a badass show, dude.
Well, Injustice, I mean, the DC films are pretty dark.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot more darker
than
the Marvels.
Yeah, oh man, that was insane. Just
what else did you want to say about like your feels about like what's going to happen with the Snyder Cut? I mean, we know that it's going to be 3 to 4 chapters or episodes in this full film. We don't know if they're going to have it all in one day for us to binge watch, or if they're going to do like a weekly.
I think they're going to probably do a weekly thing.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. They put it all together, but then there'd be like just one quick ride and it's 4 episodes and you're done.
Oh, well, I'm excited because
I'm excited too to watch it because it's gonna be.
Here's another thing that I noticed too. Jared Leto is reprising his role as the Joker, and this is going to be the first time we see Jared Leto interacting with a Ben Affleck Batman. Because in Suicide Squad, they never said anything to each other. I mean, like Batman was in the top of the vehicle, and that was it. Joker disappeared. Harley Quinn got knocked out, saved by Batman from drowning or whatever, or after he knocked around under the water. But this is why this is going to be an important film, because now we have Jared Leto, as a Joker, and I feel like he's going to join the Justice League team to stop. I don't know what he's going to do because he has no powers, but he's going to join the Justice League team to stop Darkseid and his minions.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Well, I'm sure he's going to
Maybe Harley Quinn dies? Oh, maybe Harley Quinn dies? That's why he's like, damn. I gotta... You know what I mean?
Maybe. Or maybe he just looks at it like, damn, if we get taken over, there won't be shit for me to rule over, so I might as well just
That's a good
keep
point.
going with the team that I already know that, aware of, than going against some freaking demons that not even from this planet.
Yeah, the parademons.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be interesting to see.
How did you feel about Jared Leto's Joker in the Suicide Squad film?
Dude, he
How'd you feel about him as a Joker?
He did pretty good.
Okay.
I liked him. What about you?
I think he did pretty well, but the fact that it's not a Joker film, it's a Suicide Squad film, so I was really hoping that they were gonna make the Joker like the main villain, and they were gonna all fight the Joker. I think that would have been a better film to where the Joker becomes like the main guy that they had to go after. That they had to go after because he's like the Joker has some like menacing plan, and Waller had to hire the Suicide Squad with his pudding, part of the Suicide Squad, to stop him. I think that would have been a better story than whatever we got. Like whatever. I think Enchantress was the main villain.
Yeah.
It would have been great if he was the main villain, but he was more like a side note in the film. And people were already trashing Jared Leto being the Joker. And it's like, well, he barely had any scenes in the film. So how can you determine? Yeah, but see, like, how can you say that he's a bad Joker if he was barely in the film?
Yeah, that's what I said. He, for what he did decent.
Yeah,
like he did
like,
good. Like
for the time that he spent
as the Joker. I want to see him more to see how he really portrays and gets under that skin and really becomes the Joker. And let's see if he does, because it looks like he's gonna have a really important role this time, because they put him in the trailer.
I think so too. I like the fact that he had he actually grew out the hair, so he kind of has like that Heath Ledger look to him, and the smile. And everything.
So
he has that Heath Ledger look to him, like with the long hair, and I think they kind of dropped down his corniness because he was kind of corny.
Well, Suicide Squad was supposed to be a little bit more of the not like
the team.
The team is not.
Yeah, but like
serious.
Even his lines were a bit corny. I mean, it's a Joker; he's corny and stuff. But then, like here, they kind of drop down his corniness.
They make him a little bit more darker,
more darker and more serious. Like, you know what? Like this Joker.
We're gonna make you the real Joker this time. Like we're gonna make you what he's worth.
Yeah, the way this Joker talks, he wasn't like, ha, funny. Like he was more like, all right, guys. It's shit just hit the fan right now. What are you gonna do about it? you know? It's like, damn, that was deep just for that one line. So I want to see more of that. And another villain, anti-hero, I don't know what you want to call him, Deathstroke.
Yeah, Deathstroke.
So, okay, on the original JLA film, there was a post-credit scene, and Joe, who was he was one of the Magic Mike guys on part 2.
Aubrey came out too. If you guys don't know.
No, I never came out.
Did. You guys gotta.
But I tried to dance like Magic Mike. That was a very good movie, by the way. The number 1 and 2. Well, he came out in the sequel, and he also appeared in the first Spider-Man film. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He was which character was he? Flash. He was Flash Thompson. He was the bully. Yeah. So so he was there. So at the end of Justice League post-credit scene, Deathstroke comes out, and it's Joe Manganiello. Okay.
Just say Joe.
Joe played a very short scene, and he was Deathstroke. So I'm assuming, is that Joe in the trailer? Is that the same guy, same actor? Because he looks older. So I'm guessing this is like the future or something like that.
Yeah, so it might not be the same.
But he looks older, and we see Deathstroke again, so I want to see Deathstroke. I want to see Deathstroke fight the Justice League.
Yeah, because Deathstroke, when he did an Arrowverse, he was pretty badass. Yeah. So now seeing him here is gonna be like, wow. Let's see how they bring him. I hope they bring him like as a real badass character that he really is, because he's a fucking badass character.
And then Deathstroke, in the comic books, there was one part of the comic books where he actually defeated the Justice League.
See, what I like about Deathstroke is he doesn't really have no superpowers.
Yeah.
Really. He has the power to.
I think they boosted him up a little bit. He has superhuman strength.
Exactly.
But he's not like Superman strong.
Yeah, exactly. He's not. He just happens to be
like Batman can still
survivor.
beat him. Batman can still beat him.
Yeah.
He's still somewhat human. But what were you gonna say?
Yeah, but it's just they make him into a badass character compared to like. That's what I like about Deathstroke compared to like other characters like him, Batman, a few of them that don't really have powers, but they have intelligence and they are able to boost themselves. With a bunch of stuff that technology or what happened to Deathstroke, he actually just happened to have superhuman strength. Like he had more strength than what he was supposed, because that's what they built him. That's what they made him. Then he had that's what happened to him. Or
well, he was in the military.
He was in the military. He was an
experimented, and then he kind of had he's kind of like he's kind of like the Captain America, but like the bad version of Captain America. But the smarts of Bruce Wayne. So he's like he's strategic, he's tactical because he's got military training and he's smart. And yeah, he's like smart. So he's basically the bad version of Batman. Yeah. He's like Batman but like the evil version. Yeah. So that's why having Batman and like I want to see Batman and Deathstroke just go toe to toe and like who's better, you know what I mean? Because like we know that Batman can beat the Justice League because he can find weaknesses in every hero.
Yeah, he did that with Superman.
Yeah, like Superman, Kryptonite, Green Lantern, give him some yellow. Mm-hmm. Wonder Woman, I don't know, poison, who knows? But yeah, that's.
He attracted her and he was like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, that's kind of like our trailer reaction. This has been more than just a trailer reaction, I guess. But this is more like our thoughts about what we think is going to happen, or maybe speculations at what we think is going to happen with the Snyder Cut, what we're excited for, what we want to see. This is kind of like a review, like a trailer review.
Extended version trailer review.
I have nothing else to say except I am waiting. I am really, really excited for March 18 right now.
Yeah, same here.
I've already upgraded my subscription, so I do have my subscription, and yeah, I'm just it's a countdown for the Snyder Cut, and we're happy. We're happy that Snyder Cut's here.
Yep, pretty much. So.
Any more thoughts?
No, man. Let's pretty much wrap this up, dude. It was a lot because we can keep talking like this for hours.
Yeah,
but
it's been an hour.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up for you guys. Let us know what your thoughts are, what you guys think is gonna happen. Other than that, man, if you guys really enjoyed the video, then please hit that like button. If you guys have any thoughts, let us know, man. Hit that. That's what the comments are there for. Let's have a conversation. Let's see what's going on. And if you guys really enjoyed this and you haven't had a chance to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. We really greatly appreciate that. It was definitely a good actual trailer, even though it was like 2.5 minutes, but it's definitely something on my list for sure.
I want to see more.
So I want to see what's gonna happen. So and we will be doing reaction videos to those, especially if it's only 4, then I'm sure we could talk.
Well, this is definitely something that we are going to do. We are going to, when we've already seen the whole entire Snyder Cut film, depending on how many chapters it is, once we finish that, we're actually going to do a review on it, movie review on the Snyder Cut, and fill you in our thoughts and views and our thoughts and what we think about the film.
Yep. So
we're definitely going to do that because, man, there's so much to talk about the Snyder Cut. A lot of people thought it never existed or it will never exist. They thought this. Other people thought that fans who were asking the Snyder Cut, they thought those fans were delusional. Like it would never happen. It does not exist. But here it is. It exists.
And it's happening in 6
days.
And
it's happening and in your face.
Yeah.
Haters.